Tamil Nadu could just become the first state to work out a solution to the ongoing controversy over holding the NEET examination. Now, amid the assembly sessions in Tamil Nadu, high drama unfolded. Chief Minister M.K. Stalin tabled a bill against NEET in the assembly. Now, the bill calls for an exemption for Tamil Nadu students for the All India Medical Entrance Examination. It has a provision for admission into medical seats through qualifying exams. The bill was introduced in the Legislative Assembly today, just a day after All India NEET examination was held countrywide in 202 cities. There was a heated argument over who to blame for the NEET ongoing controversy. The opposition AIADMK staged a walkout. Ex-Chief Minister EPS claimed DMK government did not take a proper decision on the matter. The DMK has been quick to hit back, claiming the AIADMK government deliberately betrayed students and parents. Now, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister also took to social media site Twitter to say NEET is a major issue in the country and has promised to bring a permanent exemption bill for the examination. The Chief Minister's decision comes after the tragic death, remember, of an NEET aspirant who allegedly died by suicide. The examination went on after the Supreme Court rejected a plea by students to reschedule the exam.
DMK, during the election manifesto, they strongly said, after we taken over the government, NEET will not conducted in Tamil Nadu. DMK strongly said. So by the reason that you have taken the charge, why you are not given effect to that? Yesterday the NEET has been conducted, one student also committed suicide. Today you are bringing the bill. For that reason that we have walk out.
NEET को लेकर के एक बार पुनर्विचार होना चाहिए. लगातार मैं सदन में भी देखता हूं कि तमिलनाडु के सांसदों और अन्य राज्यों को भी सांसद इस बात को रखते हैं. मैं समझता हूं कि फौरी तौर पर ये एक देश फलाना चीज इस प्रवृत्ति से बचते हुए इसकी पूरी गंभीरता को समग्रता में हमें फिर से मूल्यांकन करना चाहिए.
From Tamil Nadu now to Karnataka, Congress leaders hit the streets of Bengaluru today morning before the start of the assembly session. Senior leaders Siddaramaiah and D.K. Shivkumar led a bullock cart, a protest to the Vedant Sauda over rising fuel prices. So a symbolic protest against the rising fuel prices using the bullock cart, also attacking the Bomai government's handling of the COVID crisis. Now the Congress leaders with the protest made it clear that they would raise these issues to corner the BJP government currently in Karnataka. Siddaramaiah and D.K. Shivkumar, both senior leaders of the Congress party, were not allowed to even enter into the assembly in their bullock cart and were seen getting into a heated argument with the police officials.
You should remember when 7 paisa was being raised on petrol, Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji had taken a bullock cart. He said that it is a criminal act. But I am not telling a criminal act. They are pickpocketing all of us. This government is pickpocketing the entire common man. They get a lot of subsidies. GST has been allowed to them on government purchases. But where to us? So everything has been increased. So we want to oppose this. We want it to be rolled back. Government is not looking at us. Since the oil price and the edible oil prices in the international also come down, but they are only looting this country.
We are trying to draw the attention of the government on the COVID second and the price rise and the collapse of the law and order in the state. Never in the history of the Karnataka, the mass rapes are taking place. It's very unfortunate. Government is not listening to the opposition. So to draw their attention, we are protesting today to mark the first day of the monsoon session.
Now, days after claiming that the Bharatiya Janata Party offered him money for jumping ship from the Congress party, Kagwad MLA Srimant Patil took a U-turn from his earlier statement. Patil has now said Bharatiya Janata Party did not offer him any money, but he voluntarily joined the saffron camp because of his principles and ideology. Earlier, Patil had said he was offered money in 2019 to join the Bharatiya Janata Party, but he joined it without thinking about money. Patil further added he had, however, asked for a ministerial berth to serve people of the state, but was not given one after the change in guard. But he had to then eventually clear all this air over the ministerial berth and asserting that he has now been promised a cabinet post in the next cabinet expansion. Opposition parties in Karnataka have been targeting the BJP government, alleging horse trading of 16 MLAs, remember, belonging to the Congress and the Janata Dal Secular that had ended the coalition government of the JDS and the Congress party in Karnataka.
ಒಂದು ದುಡ್ಡು ಇಲ್ಲದ ನಾ ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ಪಕ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರವೇಶ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ. ನನಗೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು ಎಷ್ಟು ದುಡ್ಡು ಬೇಕತ್ಲಿ, ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾ ದುಡ್ಡು ಒಂದು ಪೈಸೆ ಕೈ ಹಚ್ಚಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮಾತಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆರ್ಪಿರಾಗಿ ಏನ್ರಿ ಇದಾಗೈತಿ. ಯಾರೂ ನನ್ನ ಕಡೆ ಆಮಿಷ ತೋರಿಸ್ಲಾಕ್ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ಬಿಜೆಪಿದ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ನೋಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿನಿ.
It is a fact that MLAs who have crossed from Congress and JDS, they have taken the money. Okay. They have offered money to them. 25 to 30 crores they have given. Sriman Patil made a correct statement.
It is no secret. It is no secret. World knows. The recent report says 270 MLAs were bought by the Bharatiya Janata Party. This is the tip of the iceberg, that's all. Nothing else.
There's been a massive controversy brewing in Karnataka after the demolition of an alleged illegal temple. Leader of opposition Siddaramaiah has said that the demolition took place without the consultation of residents and have now hurt the Hindu sentiments. Even the right-wing Hindu outfit Vishwa Hindu Parishad, the workers, protested outside Mysuru Deputy Commissioner's office. Take a look at why precisely this issue has become a controversy in the state.
The demolition of an alleged illegal temple in Karnataka's Mysuru has sparked a massive row. Both friends and foes are up in arms against the state government. Leader of opposition and former Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has condemned the demolition. He has called the structure an ancient temple. Blaming the ruling BJP, Siddaramaiah alleged that the demolition was done without consulting the people in the region and that Hindu sentiments have been hurt. Congress is now demanding immediate restoration of the demolished temple.
This is a very historic temple, what I know. They should have made a consultation, made some alternative, convinced the people of the Najipur area and the Mysore area. The sentiments of the entire, it is not only the Hindu. A fear psychosis has happened among all the religions. The act of the BJP government. I condemn this.
BJP's sibling in the Sangh Parivar and Saffron outfit, Vishwa Hindu Parishad, yesterday staged a protest outside the Mysuru Deputy Commissioner's office against the demolition of the temple.
ಏನು ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಇದೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟತೆ ಇದೆ. ಮೊದಲನೇದಾಗಿ ಯಾವ ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕ ಸ್ಥಳದಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ಇದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಮೊದಲು ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರೈಸ್ಗೊಳಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕಿರುವಂತಹ ಊರ್ಜಿತಗೊಳಿಸಲಿಕ್ಕಿರುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆಯನ್ನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಂತ ಕ್ರಮ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು. ತದನಂತರದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಸ್ಥಳಾಂತರ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕಿರುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಕ್ರಮ ತಗೋಬೇಕು.
Mysuru BJP MP Pratap Simha tweeted asking who was troubled by the temple. The district officials revealed they are merely following orders of State Chief Secretary to demolish illegal religious structures across the state. They claim the temple was not included in any archaeological survey of India map and had no historical significance as it was barely 12 years old. Dakshin Kannada district has 1,579 illegal religious structures. This is the highest number of unauthorized religious structures in public places.
So the government now has sent out an order that all illegal religious structures have to be demolished across the state. But the Congress is questioning the silence of the BJP, especially when temples are being pulled down. With video journalist Madhuar, Nolan Pinto for India Today.
Has there been a massive setback for the Congress G23 group? Because former Law Minister M. Veerappai Moily, a very senior leader of the party, has alleged that some of the leaders are misusing the G23 by keeping it alive through meetings, remarks and that in the media. He has said that some leaders, and that referring to within the Congress party, have vested interests. They are working against the ethics of the Congress party. Veerappa Moily has further added that the group has become irrelevant as the reform in the party is currently underway. Moily, who's also been a former minister in the government, favoured the induction of election strategist Prashant Kishore into the Congress and said his entry is part of the reform measures that Gandhi is slowly unveiling. He has said that those opposing his entry into the party were actually anti-reform. Moily, remember, was also a signatory to the letter the leaders had written to party chief Sonia Gandhi last year.
Some of the leaders, they target the leadership only. No, let us organize the party, inject, the dynamism into it and also the spirit of it. And if we again revive the spirit of the Congress party and Congress cadre, let us forget focusing on the leaders. Let us focus on the cadre building at the panchayat level and also the grassroots level.
So, couple of days.
A tragic news from Jammu and Kashmir. A young police officer died of his bullet injuries in Kashmir after he was shot at by terrorists in Srinagar on Sunday afternoon. A CCTV footage has been now accessed by India Today. Take a look at that CCTV footage on your screen. It shows a suspected terrorist appearing from behind Sub-Inspector Arshad Ahmed Mir, who's just walking on the street. He fires at him from point-blank range from behind using a pistol. The man who fired the shot is then seen rushing away from the crime scene after the sub-inspector fell down. Two local residents then suddenly tried to carry away the cop who has received serious injuries and eventually succumbed. Now, the cop was a recent recruit in the Jammu and Kashmir police and was actually serving his probation as a sub-inspector. A wreath-laying ceremony for the martyr was held at District Police Lines, Srinagar last evening to pay homage to the young officer. Let's get you now news from the war-torn Afghanistan. Taliban's repressive, regressive rules continue to now make headlines because now, listen to this. Taliban Higher Education Minister Abdul Baqi Haqqani has said women can study in universities, but classes will have to be gender segregated. The diktat basically reads that women, one, will have to wear strict Islamic dresses. These rules were also spelled out at a news conference on Sunday. Haqqani is saying that the female university students, one, would be required to wear a hijab, but he did not elaborate if that hijab was only a headscarf or a mandatory face covering as well from head to toe. The female students would be taught only by women wherever possible. He has said that the subjects being taught would also be reviewed by them, as in who needs to be taught and what will be now decided by this minister.
که یو پنتون دا ظرفیت ولري چې د جدا جدا تعمیرونه ولري نو اول صورت دا دی چې ځای باید جدا شي هلکان په یو ځای کې او انجونې په بل ځای کې او دویم صورت هغه دا دی چې وخت بدل شي په یو وخت کې هلکان راشي او په بل وخت کې انجونې دا راشي او دریم صورت هغه دا دی چې کله نهایی مجبوری وي او د خزینه محصلینو تعداد کم وي نو په هغه صورت کې د پارټیشن نه استفاده دا وشي